Can menopause cause overeating? Can those reshuffling hormones, the declining estrogen, make us more hungry and result in overeating? Hi, I'm Nick. I have been a dietitian for over 30 years now, and 10 years ago I got breast cancer, and it changed a lot of things. But along that healing journey, I discovered the power of plants. And so now I help women in midlife harness that power of plants so that they can breeze through menopause. Okay, let's talk about overeating, because I hear this a lot. But is it something that is, just because of menopause, or is it that there is so much going on? Now, what I wanted to talk about first is there is some research that does indicate that menopause might increase hunger. So, it might be, what they've said is that it might be because of the declining estrogen could result in stress. Stress releases cortisol. Cortisol increases our hunger. And so that also tells you there that, if there's any stress in your life, that actually could be one of the things that's increasing hunger and, resulting in more eating. Now, I know there tends to be, some people get stressed and they don't eat. But I think for most of us, we get stressed, we want to eat. All right. However, there's something bigger going on here, and that is inflammation. One of the things that, most people don't realize is that our fat cells aren't just sitting around doing nothing. They're not benign. One of the things they're doing is releasing estrogen. So that could be, interfering with your menopause journey and making your menopause symptoms worse. But they're also releasing inflammatory compounds. Now, these inflammatory compounds, what they've found is that they interfere with leptin. And leptin is a hormone that tells your body that you've had enough to eat, that you're full. So what this says is, if you've got any extra unwanted weight, it's not serving you, because it's contributing to inflammation, and the end result is that it could be one of the reasons why you've got extra hunger, resulting in overeating. I'm just checking my notes here. But what I want to talk about is what else is going on, because it's so multifactorial. There's never just one answer and one reason. And really, if it was, what are the other things? And, in my experience, there's 4 things that I'm going to be talking about that I see that could also be causing this hunger and overeating. So working with hundreds of women, I can tell you right now that probably the biggest thing is sugar. And, sugar is, we've been talking about, sugar for 15 years, I quit sugar movement, we know about sugar, but we forget. We forget that the end result of eating sugar is increased hunger. Now, as someone who has been on this, path for decades, I can tell you that when I have something sugary, the end result is 30 minutes, an hour later, I have increased hunger. So just think about it, alcohol is full of sugar. What the sugary stuff is. I don't have to tell you that. So, that could be something that is, causing an increase in hunger and resulting in overeating. The second one is the ultra-processed foods. That perfect combination of fat, sugar, and salt is called the bliss point. And manufacturers know that. They spend millions of dollars finding that bliss point to keep you coming back for more. And those foods like sugar, hit the same part of the brain as drugs and alcohol, and they trigger that addictive response. And so you want more. It's like, who can stop eating at 1 square of chocolate? I can't. Once you have that first chip, oh my gosh, you just want to keep going back for more. So is it is it sugar? Is it the ultra processed foods? The third one is stress. So I've already mentioned the stress. Stress, we live such, stressful lives. It can be a huge factor. We forget, we really underestimate what stress can be doing in our lives. And the fourth one is lack of sleep. Now, I know that, menopause can, interfere with sleep. But sleep, lack of sleep, one of the well-known causes, end results of lack of sleep is increased hunger. So could it be any of those things that are resulting in your increase in appetite, increase in hunger, and the overeating? Okay, so what are we going to do about it? Miss Practical, I want to know what I can do about it. And that's what I want to help you with. So the first thing is we have to eat regular meals. There's nothing new under the sun here. Eating regularly, whatever that looks like for you, is going to stop you having that, insane appetite. And I know for me, I'm a very early riser, so, I get up about 4:35. My first meal of the day is probably about 7 or 8, depending on what I'm doing. But that could be later for you. But it's making sure that those meals that we are eating are not going to, set off that sugar response, that insulin kick, that high and then the low. So we want to be eating foods that are whole foods. The second thing is we want to be making sure that we're planned. I am a huge advocate of meal planning, because if you arrive at a meal hungry and you don't know what you're going to eat, it's a recipe for disaster. So knowing what you're going to be eating ahead of time, doing the planning, doing the prepping, just makes it easy. It just makes it so much easier to choose the right thing to eat. Now, the third thing is making sure we eat enough fiber. I knew you were waiting for that. Now, fiber is what feeds our good gut bacteria. So fiber jumps into bed with our, friendly microbes, and it creates these short-chain fatty acids. Now, short-chain fatty acids are responsible for so much. I won't go into it all here because I'll probably talk for about half an hour about all of the amazing things that they do for our health. This is why fiber is so key to your health. But one of the things that those short-chain fatty acids make is a satiety hormone. Yes, they make a hormone that helps you know when you're full. So where do we get fiber from? Fiber is only found in plants. And plants are all fruit, all vegetables, your whole grains like rolled oats, brown rice, quinoa, your beans and your lentils like chickpeas, red kidney beans, lentils, all that kind of stuff. And there's a small amount of fiber found in your healthy fats. So nuts and seeds, avocados, and whole olives. But they are mainly fat. So if you are on a weight loss journey, they would be the things that you moderate. And number 4 would be prioritize sleep. And of course, we probably need to throw in stress as well. Probably number 5 would be, manage your stress. So as you can see, it is it's a big topic, and there is never one simple solution. And at the end of the day, it's about prioritizing our health. All of those practical action steps are about you prioritizing your health so that you can support your body during menopause. Okay, so wrapping up, I would make sure that you are eating regular meals, doing some planning and prepping, which I think those two were number 1, eating enough fiber, eating more plants, and managing your stress and your sleep. And that is really going to help you to support your body during menopause. Okay, if you have got any questions, please pop them below. #replay if you're watching the replay. And if you have, I offer actually I've got a masterclass coming up. So weight loss in perimenopause and beyond. And that is going to take a deeper dive into what we've been talking about today. So if you would like a link to that, please pop yes in the comments, and I will make sure that you get that link. That is a week and a half away. So yeah, look forward to seeing you soon.